back, everyone, to another episode of Artful Mind. Today, we will be talking about how it is really like to be a research scientist in the corporate sector. And today, I have with me Dr. Pratibha Maurya, who is a research scientist in the KOKO Networks, Gujarat, India. And we will be talking about the real challenges, opportunities, and the difficulties as a scientist in the industry. So I welcome you, Dr. Pratibha. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, Dr. Tasvi. First of all, I would like to thank you for starting this initiative of introducing people like us in this platform of YouTube, and that your podcast name itself is Artful Mind. That is also very creative, and it shows how diligently you are working for people, for introducing people like us in this platform, so that you can tell about our journey to others, and they utilize such knowledge in their life for building it, for making it more what to say they will make it useful uh, in their life journey. Okay.
Thank you, Pratibha. Yeah, this is my humble attempt to talk to people like you who have done something in their life and doing great work right now. And I'm very happy to have you on my show today. So, so let's start. Today we will talk about your life experience. It's been 2 years, more than 2 years, I guess,
Yeah,
right? As a
yeah. It's two
yes.
and a half, you can say. Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5 years almost. So, okay, so my first question will be, because you got this job before you finish your PhD. So,
Yeah.
was it always a plan or it evolved with time that you want to be in this corporate sector?
Okay. Yeah, for this question, I will say when I was about to finish my PhD. Okay, so my work is we can say in PhD we got some kind of objectives that we have to finish in a particular period of time. So when I was about to finish, I have finished my some objectives, but I still feel ki there more works are there to be done in this area. So when I got this call from a company who is also working in the same area, you can say. Okay, so my PhD work was based on developing ethanol and methanol based cook stoves, and they are a big company in this area who are selling this ethanol cook stove to the African market. So that I felt more connected to that work. So when they offer, I was really happy. It's not I'm finishing my PhD, it's just the extension of my PhD work. The scopes that we define in our PhD work that I'm going to complete in my you can say in this corporate area.
Okay, okay, that is amazing. So, I would really love to know if you can tell us about your company more in more detail.
Yeah, I will surely like uh, give you insight about my company work and what how they are actually earning in this
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
like in developing cooks and all cook stores. So first, uh, like uh, in India, basically the companies are very less who are involved in the production also. Okay, so our
Mhm.
company is actually they are manufacturing all the parts in India only. Okay, and then they have a setup of R&D also in India only. Okay, so from here we are, and then we are having the total chain. If we are, let's suppose we are manufacturing this ethanol cook stoves. So first we will prepare this whole ethanol cook stove with burner. Okay, and then we will do R&D whether our stove is equally efficient or not. And after doing all the R&D works, and then there is a chain of supplying fuel to the people also. Okay, let's say even if you're using LPG in your home, right? So for that there is a established chain of getting LPG in your home, or whatever fuel you are using. Okay,
Mhm.
so for that we are not only providing stoves, we are providing a chain of fuel as well. So we have a partnership with Shell, which is a very well-known company in
Right.
to supply ethanol. Okay, so for that we have developed um, we can say various kind of fuel ATMs. Okay,
Okay.
so there is a fuel ATM, and then from there we will supply our fuel also to that fuel ATM. Okay, so people when they get cook stove, along with that they have this fuel ATMs. What to say? They have access. They have certain like scan QR code where they can scan this. What to say? They have their they have specially designed. What to say? Like uh, it's kind of water bottle thing. Okay, so in that water bottle itself there's some scan QR which is
Mhm.
already registered to their number. Okay, so there
Okay.
they will go to their just like fuel ATM. Like you just have to like scan your ATM card. I think we all know that scanning of like
Mhm.
ATM card. In the same way, they just have to put their bottle there, and there they have to scan that code, and that fuel dispensing machine will be there. That will dispense the fuel the amount that they require. Like let's suppose they just want a fuel of 10 rupees, so they just have to enter
Okay.
10 rupees and that machine will dispense 10 rupees fuel in the your water bottle. So it's like that's why the name itself is a KOKO Networks. It's just not like
Mhm.
we just sell Cookstove. We provide the whole solution. There is a proper software team who will develop all the software coding required for the like for ATM. Also, we know there is a back and engineering as well, where people do
Mhm.
all this coding for getting the fuel by this scanning of QR code. So that work is also handled by KOKO itself. For that, we have our one branch in Pune, which is totally involved in like software thing. And then this R&D came. That unit is established in Gandhinagar, so where I am working. So I told you, like manufacturing is happening is already in Ahmedabad, but that is also around 30 kilometers from R&D office. So whenever they manufacture some parts, they will bring some test parts to the R&D lab where we do our actually R&D things there, and then we will provide a solution for like let's suppose our cook stove is giving like 60% efficiency. Okay, so in so we want to increase the efficiency, so we will work there. Or like let's suppose emissions are like below the norms value. Okay, so we have to work on that, how to make it up to norm values. So these kind of whole works we are doing. It's just not simply supplying product, but with the product we are giving solution as well. So this
Okay.
is the cocoa. Yeah.
Yeah, this is amazing to know. You said ki you are selling to African countries. Why it is not selling in Indian household? Like, what is the problem? Or are people using? Because what I understood is that you said ATM fuel machine. मतलब ये काम करता है जैसे पेट्रोल पंप जैसे ही काम किया करता होगा, राइट? तो
Right.
इंडिया में ये यूज नहीं हो रहा है या व्हाट इज द सिनेरियो?
uh, okay. For India, actually, I think when I joined this PhD work of ethanol and methanol cook stove, okay. So what happened? This Assam government, they launched one methanol cooking program. That specifically they specified its methanol cooking program that was launched in 2018. And that time I also started this like liquid fuel based cook stove works. Then I get to know I was developing the standard for this methanol cook stove. So we get to know the toxicity with methanol is very high when we are cooking in the closed environment. Okay, so it need to be in open environment. Okay, so government get to know ki methanol is bit toxic, so they stopped in India. Okay, they did not like what to say. It was not a very successful launch that time.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, people that who are very used to of using LPG as a fuel, for them it wasn't that good option. But the places where the accessibility of LPG is low, there people are really happy with using ethanol or methanol. But Indian government initially launched only methanol. So if we talk about ethanol, ethanol is actually less toxic than methanol. So now in Gujarat itself, there is one pilot is about to like start. We are already having conversation with HPCL. I think that is the like some like what to say. This is a like what to say Maharatna companies of our country, which
Right.
is solely which is solely responsible for the manufacturing. What to say? Not manufacturing actually, for production of ethanol. Like all the sugar refineries in Maharashtra or in big states like Uttar Pradesh, where the sugar production is more, they take from all the local distributors that sugar or ethanol from there, and they will only refine in there. Like it's kind of monopoly. They are like all the three like Maharatnas, like HPCL, BPCL, and IOCL. They are working on this ethanol to be as a fuel, but not as a
Mhm.
cooking fuel. Initially, they are like I'm in company, so I came to know what are the like inside what is happening. So initially, they are happy with the successful of. I think you have heard of this ethanol blending program.
Yeah, I
Have you heard?
heard, but not aware
Yeah,
of
yeah.
it fully.
So it is something like they are mixing like in gasoline or like petrol. They are mixing like ratio of like 10 to 90 of like 10% ethanol and 90% petrol they are adding, and they are
Okay.
I think now it's a common practice to
Right.
like use this mixture as a in like in petrol pumps. If I'm not wrong, I think in India they're also practicing this. Okay, so this is the case. So they are happy uh, to use ethanol as a transport fuel, but with cooking, they are like in a very beginning stage. Okay, so
Mhm.
first they wanted to like methanol cooking program from my point of view wasn't a success for them. So again for ethanol, it's a like more government thing. So they are working on that. Like first to start with a small pilot, and if the small pilot is about to start, so we are that will start only with the help of KOKO. I can say because I'm also in the chain where these communications are happening for this starting this pilot program. So HPCL will provide like there we are like I said in like in African countries when we are giving this ethanol, we are procuring this ethanol from US. Okay, then we are
Mhm.
supplying it to fuel ATMs. But here, for us, there is no scope of having that chain form for making that fuel ATM. I think HPCL will take the whole command of distributing ethanol.
Okay.
We will be the only supplier of those cook stove.
The
And
stove.
yeah, I think I will answer this as it is about to be what to say. We are
Start.
about to start this
Okay.
like ethanol
Okay.
cooking program.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think most probably it will start from Gujarat only, I guess.
That's so beautiful. Okay, you talk about the company. Now, I would love you to know about your day, how a typical day looks like in your life from morning to night, what kind of challenge you face. Because we academic researcher, our workload or work responsibility is different, I think, right, from you. So, can you tell us about your typical day life?
Yeah, okay. So I will recall my PhD days when I was doing my PhD. I was also an academic person. So
Right.
there was we don't have any time bound things. Like for us, research is like 24 cross 7 kind of things. Okay. So it's like you can access the lab at any time, right?
Mhm.
It's not only 9 to 5 thing. It's like beyond 9 to 5. Sometimes something is going on. You have to see at night as well. Okay, some research if you kept like that in your lab. Okay. Uh, so one thing that I like, I think this is I like this thing. Here it's a very time bound things I can say. It's a 8 to 5 job. It means 8 to 5 job. After that,
Okay.
if there is a need, you can. But people will really take what to say weekends as weekends only. There is like no workload on weekend. It's quite chill. So for
Because it's a
me,
job, it's not PhD, right? PhD is
yeah.
yours, so you have to complete that. But it's a job. How?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Please
Yeah.
go on.
So yeah. Um. Okay. Yeah. No, you were
Yeah.
asking
Sorry to interrupt.
something.
Sorry.
Yes. Sorry, you were asking something in between? No.
No, I said you said the people take weekends as weekends, but in PhD we could not do that because that's a PhD for ourselves. Now it's a
Yeah,
job that you're doing work
yeah,
for
yeah,
someone else.
yeah,
So there has to
yeah,
be difference, right? So
yeah.
that's why I
That
asked
is
you
the
like
difference.
how a
Yeah.
typical day look like what kind of work that you need to do.
Yeah, okay. So, I would say like first we will like a whole day in a office. I will say it's involved like first we have to like there are people who are working under you. You have to like work is very similar. Like my job role is also like it's kind of research only. So we just when we get in the morning we just have to give like biometric attendance and all like it's like a
Okay.
thing. Okay, and then after that we make just like for you in your calendar you have to mark your whole day activities for 8 to 5. Like if someone want to fix a meeting with you, so they should check your calendar first. So I have to like detail my work and the person who are working under me. I have to send invite them as well ki these are the works that we have scheduled for a today. So there are day to day tasks, like let's suppose we initially thought of having like let's suppose I have made some cook stove design that I wanted to be designed in a certain way. Like let's suppose it's a circular cross section. I want to increase or decrease or like flow rate and all. If I like it's a supply of air, that compressor at what load, this should need to be checked. And the one more thing that I will say, we are here working with methanol. Okay, I told you methanol is bit toxic, but in Gujarat there is no access of um, ethanol because it's a like government thing. It's banned here in Gujarat,
Oh,
so you can't use ethanol even for what to say even for research purpose. So we usually work with methanol. So we took precaution for that as well. Like we use very high quality safety goggles and masks when we are working with methanol. So
okay.
we use like we usually I instruct the people who are working there, even if I myself use all these SOPs when I am what to say conducting some experiment. So basically I will say like 8 to 5 first. It's not like it's like a research, you can understand. It's not like you can't justify the task like in numbers or something. You have certain
Mm.
objectives that you have to finish, not in a day. You can say it will take like 1 month. You have a certain plan that you have to follow for 1 month, and then you have
Um,
to what to say yeah, after finishing, let's suppose your objective was to decrease the CO emission from a cook stove to a certain level. Okay, so we are keep on checking what design should be done, how much air should be in train. So for that we also do some simulation work as well. It's like quite similar whatever the work we have done in PhD. There is nothing like more I'm doing here. It's similar to PhD, but it's more like now you said no, it's not your own PhD work.
yeah.
Like you are giving output to someone. Yeah. So it's basically like this. And one more thing I found what's difference in like in academic work, in corporate work. We work here more for like I will honestly say people work more for profit here. Now it's not only about
Right.
gaining knowledge. That is the main difference when we are doing PhD. You are happy
Yeah.
if you got some result. You are really happy. You won't think of ki, like how costly that will become as a product. But here,
Mm.
even it's not about gaining knowledge. It's about gaining knowledge, but it's more about how profitable this method is or how
Yeah.
profitable this design is. Yeah.
Yeah, because in the real world, that is something is
Yeah.
very important, right?
Yes.
We
Yes.
need to reduce the
Yeah.
cost.
Yeah.
So that is
Cost.
the
Yeah.
purpose. Yeah. Okay, I get
Yeah.
it.
I also appreciate this. Yeah. Yeah. We should work. We should think on like economics wise as well.
Yeah.
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 Even in PhD also we have this cost consideration. Suppose you are making a
Yeah.
product, then you need to calculate how much
Yeah. Yeah.
energy or
Right.
cost
Right. Right.
at the back
Yeah.
end,
Yeah.
right? So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
but
Yes.
you are utilizing, I mean, you are executing it in first
Yeah.
hand, but we are doing it for writing paper or patent. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
difference. Okay.
Yeah.
And,
We have
and
to
one,
figure out. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Continue.
one question I want to ask is that like we have this annual progress report or half yearly progress in company. If you talk about your company, how this evaluation process happen? like how they measure the success or
Yes,
in
yes.
the role.
Yeah. Okay.
So it
Yeah,
will be
that
like
is actually very crucial. Yeah.
so it will be based on the product designing or the revenue for the company, like that they measure, or how, like if you can tell us about that.
Yes, yes. I will surely give him insights about that. What I say, what I feel here, here also, like you can say, they evaluate our work. Okay. I think in PhD, our review was done by like professors who are working in that area.
Mhm.
So it will be your professor and other professor as well. Here also the
Mhm.
same thing will happen. There will be people, but here it's not about there also you have to achieve. Let's suppose in PhD work you set certain objectives and you have to achieve that. Okay, in your first APS, like in your first annual progress seminar. Okay, and in the same way here also, like I have given a task. Okay, let's suppose I have given the task of like achieving some objectives. Okay, so they will evaluate on 6 month basis. Okay, like there is a evaluation cycle of 6 months. It's not that they only the person who is above than your level is evaluating you. In my company, there are other reviewer as well who is not the even the part of your what to say your work, but they are outside the organization. Let's suppose my work is
Stakeholders,
also, sorry.
the stakeholders like the
Yeah,
engineer or
yeah,
yeah, right.
yeah.
Okay.
People can be biased, like your colleagues and all can be biased about your work.
Mm.
Maybe that is the reason. They will send your reports, whatever you have like achieved your presentation and all, to other stakeholders of the companies as well. And there they will also they like there you have to make one very high level summary of your work. Okay, it's not very full presentation, only one page summary it is. In that one page summary itself you have to show your work in that one page summary. Okay, whatever you have achieved in 6 months period. And then from there is a grading system.
Mm.
Sorry, not grading, actually scoring system out of 5. Okay, so minimum it's minimum anyone can get is 2 or 2.5. People usually don't give like less than 2.5. If you are getting a score less than 2.5, it means they will provide you one more kind of what to say, uh, what to someone who will helping you and achieving your targets like in a more
Okay.
like secured manner. Okay, some assistance, some help if you require, if you are getting a score of 2 or less than 2.5. Okay,
Okay.
so in that case there will be assistance given to you. If it is 1, okay, so there will be strict notice to you, like if you are not able to cope in the another 6 months, they will eliminate you or resignation or such kind of things. Okay, so it's always we try to score above 2.5. If you are getting above 2.5, it means it's like okay, you distribute the your work was, you achieved your target, simply you achieved your target, it's 2.5.
Okay.
If it is 3, it means successfully demonstrated you or you achieved your target. Okay, whatever work you have given. If it is 3.5, it's exceptionally demonstrated. Okay,
Okay.
if it is a 4, it means it's
It's
like beyond
excellent.
expectation you have done
Ah,
something.
okay.
Or if it is 5, it is impossible you achieved something. Okay, so I'm telling you the reality. It's I also asked this question to my HR, whether people are able to achieve 5 score in like whole KOKO
Okay.
period journey or something. So he told me like KOKO is a very new company. It started in 2018 only. Okay,
Okay.
so he told me like in those what to say 2018 to 2025, let's suppose 7 years. Okay, in those 7 years only one person got that, also 4 is the maximum point. in like whole, like we have our branches in Nairobi, there are 3 branches, like in India itself is a 4 branches. Okay, so from like, let's suppose, even five, from 5,000 employees in 7 years, only one person got 4. So it's very difficult also. But yeah, like I can say average people used to get a score of 3 here. Yeah.
Mm.
So this is the
Okay.
evaluation. Yeah, yeah. And on that basis, they will give you bonuses. Okay, in that point, I don't know about other company culture, but here one thing I liked, really liked, ki they give bonuses on like on every 6 months, and whatever the scale, like yearly increment is there also on the basis of your like score. I told no 3 to 5 if you are getting something. From if you're getting 2 or 2.5, there is no increment. But if you're getting 3, there will be increment. Yeah.
Okay. I wish you to get 5 every 6 months.
I told you how difficult it is.
Uh, okay, that brings me to the question that how challenging it was for you to transition from academia to industry. And I'm sure you are leading the team quite successfully. But what kind of difficulties do you face even today also?
Okay, yeah, that's a good question. Still, like, still phasing, or I can say still learning, I guess. Okay. Um, mm, how to answer that? Like, it's like suppose challenge. What to say? The kind of challenge, like here you have to deal not only with the people who are like in PhD. You can see you are totally dealing with the surroundings who are maybe doing PhD, right?
Right.
Here you can't say like that. You have to sometimes deal with the like plant workers as well. Okay, so I feel ki they are also very helpful. Like there are, like when I visited this plant, we have to visit plant also monthly. Okay, so there when we are visiting plant facilities and all, we have to see how this production or manufacturing work is going on. Then we have to see how like these plant people are working, or we have to train them sometimes for safety purposes as well. How they are employing, like if they are using methanol also, so how
Mhm.
they are following these safety practices while handling methanol. So we so here in means language barrier will also come. Okay,
Mm.
because sometimes people are like fully like what to say local, they speak local languages and all. So if you are giving safety instruction, it should be in their language. So I don't know Gujarati, but yeah, I will mix some Hindi. I used to like here people usually understand Hindi. So so I will communicate them ki okay, this way you have to do your work, or by showing them okay, so by making some presentation and all, so they can understand in a more better way. So I think these are the challenges, and also these are the challenges when we are dealing with plant people. uh, okay, one more thing I want to discuss here, like if you are dealing with higher authority people, right?
Yeah.
So they also have like they have it means like they will just say things. What I feel, it's not like the way they expect work, like sometimes it's difficult to explain them the way we explain our guides. There is lack of uh, that thing. Is like maybe I am doing my PhD in combustion. So when I'm telling my problem ki why I can't achieve certain targets, why it is difficult for me to increasing efficiency beyond that point. Okay, so it when I say all this, he will understand. Maybe my guide will understand all these problems in a very nicer way. I feel like that. But when I'm like what to say in when I'm making presentation, if I have to convince people who are like above in what to say in office or corporate world, sometimes it's difficult for me to convince them. I have to make more detailed presentation, which I haven't done earlier in my PhD work. That I felt
Oh, okay.
that was my
Mm.
problem, or maybe in my companies I'm feeling these challenges, or it's everywhere, I'm not very sure. But I feel I have to work more for explaining them why it is not possible, or maybe company people are more enthusiastic. They show more enthusiasm ki okay, we will get 80% efficiency, but by the second law it's very difficult. We can't get such high efficiency. We have to lose some efficiency so that efficiently heat can travel. Otherwise, we will get
Okay.
what to say, soot formation and all this problem will come. So in last, I will able to explain them ki why it is not possible to achieve all that. But I feel it's time taking.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Maybe the background is different for them. Maybe that might
yeah, yeah,
be the
yeah,
cause.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
So, yeah, okay.
yeah.
Okay, I think one last question I would love to ask you is that what advice would you give to someone looking for or exploring a scientist position in corporate sector?
Okay, yeah, I think if they want to, like, for me, you said no, what inspired me, it was simply my work was just the extension of my PhD work. So I didn't feel that I stopped doing PhD. For me, I'm still doing PhD, but in a limited hours.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So for them, if they are getting a role like that, where they finish their PhD and the company is offering the similar work, I feel that is really good. If they want to continue their PhD work, so they should definitely join, because there you will not only what to say do the paperwork, right? You are not only writing, you have
Mhm.
to show your product, like you have to give it to people as well. Your product people will be using, so that might what to say that will that point itself will motivate people to join, like to move from
Right.
academic to corporate. But I will say only if you are thinking that is the extension, that job role is your extension of your PhD work. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, with less working time and a good fortune.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can say. Yeah.
Okay, I think that brings us to the end of this podcast. Thank you once again, Dr. Pratibha, for joining. I hope this episode is insightful for the people and who are looking for such role, exploring this uh, scientific role in industry. I think this episode might have given them clarity, confidence, and also inspiration why it is important to look for certain job roles beyond the academic lab ones, right?
Yeah.
So thank
Yeah.
you, Pratibha. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
also, if you like the video, please share with your friends or juniors. That might be helpful for them. So thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. I will definitely do that. Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Miss Pastry. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.